sir. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Rajkumar, introduce yourself.
Sir, I am from Tirunelveli district, hailing from Kuniyur village, Ambasamudram Taluka. I did my engineering in Government College of Engineering, Tirunelveli, in electronics and communication engineering. Then I was working as a software engineer, quality analyst in Tata Consultancy Services, Chennai. And now I am working as a deputy collector, and now I am presently revenue divisional officer of Gudlur in Nilgiris district.
What are the challenges before deputy collector?
Sir, we have in public services, number one is the shortage of men and shortage of resources. And while we work, we need to have a lot of data. So accessing the resources at the right time. So to collect the best practices elsewhere, we find bit difficult, as there is no centralized system of what our ancestors did, what our predecessors did. So to collect those resources is a bit difficult also. But in spite of that limitations, we have many avenues to work, sir.
What are the avenues?
Sir, we have a public grievance redressal system. Nowadays, governance systems are going better, and recently the apps are being introduced. So we have a direct connect with the people. And also in the public grievance redressal, there are time-bound applications are there. So we can frequently assess what are the requirements of the people and to continuously monitor the works being done.
Okay, Rajkumar, your optional is Tamil literature.
Yes, sir.
What are the contributions of Caldwell to Tamil literature?
Sir, Caldwell has termed the word Dravidian, he coined the word Dravidian, though it is already coined by Adi Shankara in his book. He gave an institutional mechanism, what is a Dravidian, and he has done a lot of work on how the Dravidian system of languages evolved and how it is different from Indo-Aryan languages.
What is the title he worked on?
He worked on comparative literature, comparative Dravidian literature.
Good. What are the 8 anthologies? There is a poem depicting all the 8 anthologies.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Can you say?
நற்றினை நல்ல குறுந்தொகை ஒத்த பதிற்றுப்பத்து ஓங்கு பரிபாடல் கற்றறிந்தோர் ஏத்தும் கலியோடு அகம்புறம் என்றும் இத்திரத்தை 8 தொகை.
Good. What is the contribution of Bhakti literature towards development of Tamil with a special reference to Saivism?
Sir, the Bhakti movement has introduced social reforms along with the development of Tamil languages. Earlier, Tamil language is concentrated, it was like an elitist one. After the advent of the Bhakti movement, Tamil literature went to the masses directly, and also it has contributed to musical Tamil. Devarams, puns were, like the musical compositions were evolved, and it has given a new dimension to Tamil language.
Out of that, you know about Thiruvarutpa.
Yes, sir.
What is so special about that literature?
Sir, in Thiruvarutpa, there is a concern for human being. For example, Vallalar is saying that whenever you see a damaged crop or whenever you see a crop is dying, you should also suffer.
Is there any literary special attributed to Thiruvarutpa? How many Tirumurais are there?
Sir, there are 12 Tirumurais. Among that...
how many volumes are there in Thiruvarutpa?
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
Okay. So, what are the organizations at present existing to promote Tamil language and literature? Both central as well as state organizations.
Sir, in the state government, we have a Tamil development department where in every government orders...
I will just mention what are the departments. I don't ask you to go into details about what are the contributions or what are they doing.
Okay. Basically, there is a department, sir, exclusively for Tamil development, and in central level, there is an institute of classical Tamil language where they are funding scholars who are doing research in Tamil language.
That's it. Only two.
Sir, there are also a special department that promotes Tamil folk arts and to concentrate on the welfare of Tamil folk artists.
Okay, fine, that's okay. No.
So you do folk singing?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you just make a small, any folk song?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you?
Tandanananidam 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 tandane tandanananidam tandane tandanananidam 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 tandane ஒண்ணாம் படி எடுத்து வசந்த பூவா வரவரமா பத்திர கடிய கருப்பசாமிங்க பெற்றவதி விக வல்லவசாமி முன்னோரையன பேச்சிக தளமாரியம்மன சித்திர கோபுரம் கட்டவே ஆளாம் பண்ணைக்கு அழகு புப்புத்து ஆத்தா வரலாம் புஞ்சோடைக்கு.
Okay, who sang this?
It is sung by Vijayalakshmi Navneeta
Okay,
Krishnan.
did she receive any awards
Yes.
recently? What was that?
Last time she received Padma Shri Award.
Okay, fine. So you also see that you're interested in drawing
Yes, ma'am.
kolam.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, what are the different forms of columns?
Madam, there are line columns, dot columns, and there are also rangoli type of theme-based columns are there.
Okay, so what are you familiar with?
I used to draw all those columns.
Okay, so can you make one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 5 into 5.
Okay.
Okay, it's enough. I told you 5 cross right. Okay.
Is it dot column?
Dot columns. Okay, so I see that you have got a very good experience in working as a deputy collector also.
Yes, madam. I
You
just
are the-
completed my training.
Okay,
and
you're working in the you're working in
Yeah, madam. As a revenue division officer, I have joined just recently as a revenue division officer of Gudalur division, madam.
Okay,
In Nilgiri.
recently Supreme Court had issued a very big important judgment regarding that area. So
Yes.
what is that judgment and how is the action?
The Supreme Court has ordered that in the elephant corridor there should not be any resorts and any illegal encroachments should be evicted immediately.
Okay, how is it, why is it important, how it can be dealt?
Madam, as far as the Nilgiris district is concerned, the word itself is a Nilagiri, which means a valley of flowers, a mountain of flowers. So it has the greatest ecological significance, madam. So, and also there are frequent man-animal conflicts that are happening in Nilgiris district that is costing so much of human lives, as the resorts and other illegal encroachments are on the way way of elephants. The elephants are diverted to the habitations and people are suffering a lot, madam. So it is very important in the point of view of both ecology and also the livelihood of the people.
Okay, how it can be done, I was telling.
Madam, we have strict laws. We have clear regulations that need to be implemented. So we have to do a proper assessment of whatever the illegal encroachments are there. Number one is enumeration, a free and fair enumeration. Then whoever may be that, we need to evict all those persons. So considering eviction, there are two classes of people. One is objectionable paramboku and non-objectionable paramboku. In objectionable paramboku, wasteland, we can evict it at once. But considering the non-objectionable one, which may have some farmers, they may also have encroached some lands. For them, we need to consider an alternative site and we need to rehabilitate them before evicting them.
Okay.
So, Rajkumar,
Yes, sir.
what are the problems with the people of your state? You can't distinguish between real life and real life. Every cinema actor wants to become the chief minister of the state.
Sir, in Tamil Nadu, historically, the cinema actors, they are not just acting in cinemas. Those who are successful in political life have done their basic homework. Through their cinemas, they have disseminated lot of information, social information. For example, when there is a rickshaw car earlier times, it depicts the life of an ordinary people. So people have a connect with them. At the same time, there are many actors who have failed in politics also. So basically, whoever comes in cinema does not have a successful career in politics. Who have a strong dissemination of information, strong political homework through the cinema, they have gained success in this political career, sir.
So you mean to say MJR and Jayalalitha were politicians who were actors, but just actors cannot become politicians?
Definitely, sir.
So should they become or should they not become?
Sir, anyone in a democratic setup, cinema acting is also a profession. So we don't have any bar like this profession cannot do that. So whoever have the service, the passion for service, whoever have the ideology, whoever can reach the people with their thoughts, they can contest and they can win in the election.
So what do you think about the issue in Thoothukudi? Should that Sterlite plant be reopened or should it remain shut?
So as of now, it should be remain shut, sir.
Right?
Because
There's a NGT order which has been upheld by the Supreme Court.
yes, sir. But in the same Supreme Court, the Tamil Nadu government has filed a case.
No, that's the subjudice matter. That's fine. Let's assume that the Supreme Court dismisses that caveat or the review petition. So after that, should it be open or should it be closed?
Sir, after the Supreme Court's order, we need to read the whole judgment, sir, because the track record of the Sterlite is not right. Because earlier the High Court has banned, the High Court has ordered the closure in May in 1998. Even in 2008, the Supreme Court has fined the Sterlite for not properly implementing the environmental regulations.
But they were asked to pay 100 crores fine and they paid it, no?
Yes, sir.
So you know that because the Sterlite plant was closed, the copper prices went up some 10 times in the country. We are a copper importing country and we are needlessly disturbing the international price and our own consumption. So what if the NGT and if the others clear it, what is the problem? It should be open, no?
Yes, sir. Sir, the National Green Tribunal, the state government is giving some facts. So the contention is that some facts are not considered by the National Green Tribunal. So as a part of natural justice, the Tamil Nadu state government should also be given a chance to represent its facts, because there is a fact-finding team which has found that some environmental regulations are not met by the Sterlite, and there has already been a law and order problem. So as far as the criminal procedure code is concerned, if there is a public nuisance, then the government has the right to uphold the rule of law, and the government has the duty to uphold peace in the region. So before initiating any action, there should be a proper assessment of all the facts, whether the Sterlite has complied with all the regulations, whether the people surrounding the regions are really affected, their livelihood are affected. Only after a proper environmental and social impact assessment we can come to a conclusion, sir.
So, what is your view on the non-conduct of local body elections for a long time?
Madam, elections, especially the local body elections, they provide a grassroots level democracy to the public, madam. So I feel that it is very unfortunate that for 2 years the elections have not been conducted. But there are some issues like delimitation exercise, where the wards delimitation exercise, it took a long time, and Tamil Nadu government, as a progressive way, it has implemented 50% reservation for women. So there are some administrative issues in finding in which wards or in which constituencies that reservation of women should be implemented. These are some practical administrative reasons why it is delaying, but in spite of that, the past 2 years, the local body elections are not being conducted is very unfortunate, and the government should take all necessary steps to expedite the process and conduct as early as possible.
And what is your view on the controversy that is going on with the electronic voting machines, and people want to go back to the ballot paper? So how do you see that?
Madam, basically, electronic voting machines, the contentions that the oppositions are making, those who are opponent to the electronic voting machines are making is, number one, it can be hacked. But madam, it cannot be hacked because electronic voting machines are standalone devices. It is not connected to any network, and it also does not have a frequency decoder. So, and the control unit, basically it has 3 units, a control unit, a ballot unit, and a VVPAT system. All the 3 are connected only wireless, through a wired network and not through a wireless network. So the contention that it can be hacked is wrong. It cannot be hacked. The second contention is it can be tampered with because there is a microchip in it. Though that contention is also wrong, madam, because this electronic voting machine is made by a single programmable chip. So once it is tampered, it fails. It is systemized in such a way. So if anyone attempts to tamper with, the electronic voting machine doesn't work.
So how can you build back the confidence on the EVMs?
Madam, we have to create awareness. Madam, we are having many checks and balances. Number one, we have mock polls conducted before the elections. These mock polls are represented by every political party, it's not just a single party, every political party. So we have to conduct frequent mock polls to induce confidence. Number two, this VVPAT has come. So there is a verifiability component. So whatever a voter has voted, they can verify our vote is there. Madam, currently just 1% or 2% of the constituencies, they have this VVPAT system. In order to build confidence, we need to enlarge it more. For that, we need to create more resources, madam. Once it is done, once the VVPAT is extended to all the constituencies, then public confidence can be regained.
So VVPAT can take care of one aspect.
Yes.
I can be sure whatever I have voted is reflected there in the EVM.
Yes, madam.
But how does it reflect on the counting process?
Madam, the counting process, we can have webcam, we may have web camera, and also there is open hackathon challenge kind of thing has already done by Election Commission, where the Election Commission has challenged the electronics and communication engineers to come up and hack it openly. So this kind of initiatives have to some extent, to a larger extent, it has instilled the public confidence.
So, Rajkumar,
Yes, sir.
you born brought up in this Agraharam street.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel the cultural difference between this Agraharams and other part of city?
Sir, one is the arrangement of houses. The houses are arranged sequentially. So even to add a cultural dimension, if we speak louder also, it will hear to the next house. So whenever some things we need to take, we can go back and ask it in the house itself. If some kitchen items are needed, we can ask and we can collect
Feel
it.
a non-Brahmin staying in Agraharam. Have you ever felt it?
No, sir. Now, sir, in Kuniyur Agraharam Street, many other caste people are also there, and
Have they got accommodated into the Agraharam concept? Or are they changing the Agraharam? There is a cultural thing in Agraharam, like vegetarian, so many things.
yes, sir.
By these people coming inside, they are making it non-vegetarian Agraharam, or they are becoming vegetarian. What's happening?
Sir, basically, I feel that even in Agraharam houses, the vegetarian eating is a personal affair, where in every houses it may differ. Even within one community, the eating preferences are nowadays changed.
When people come into Agraharam, are they changing, that is acclimatizing with Agraharam, or they are changing the Agraharam? That's what I'm asking. You are getting a question?
Yes, sir.
Who's getting changed? Agraharam is getting changed, or the people who are coming in, non-Brahmins getting changed?
Sir, I didn't feel any distinct difference between the change
No, no.
of culture. It is like a
In Tamil literature, where is the word Agraharam comes first time?
sorry, sir, I don't know.
How many flowers Kabila talks about?
He talks about 99 flowers, sir, in Kurinji part.
Can you tell me some 7, 8 flowers name?
Yes, sir, I can attempt to say.
What is the famous flower that lives in Pullur?
Kurinji. Neela
Have you seen the
Kurinji.
flower?
No, sir. The
You're not
season
sure?
has ended, yes.
When it's coming again?
Actually, it is coming. Some people are saying that some flowers may blossom again in the same season, but only during November and October the season
But
ends.
whenever I go to Pullur, I'm getting Kurinji flower. How you people are selling it?
Sir, maybe sir, there are different varieties of Kurinji. Sir. Neela Kurinji is something which is very unique. So I don't know where this Neela Kurinji blossoms, sir.
You're not made attempt.
Yes.
You don't know where it exactly comes.
Yes, sir.
Which slope it
I
comes.
know where it is there, sir, but my people have said that the season had ended
Okay.
and we have to wait for another
In,
at least 12
folk
months.
song, how do you apply this concept of Iraichi?
Sir, Eraichi is based.
There are.
Yes, sir, definitely there, sir. So, Eraichi means something we need to tell, but we should not tell it openly, but it is a secretive way of telling. In folk songs, the people have a tendency to express their emotions very openly, unlike classical songs. So, there is a very little scope only for Eraichi, because only in classical literature, Eraichi has a very important significance. But
Do you know any Eraichi in folk songs?
Sorry, sir, I am not able to recollect it.
There one very famous song is there. Marketing. Okay. In Tamil literature, reading this various copya, which makes you like, this is the greatest achievement by Tamils. Tirukkural.
Tirukkural.
Okay. You believe it is composed by only one person?
Yes, sir, I believe it may be composed by only by one person.
How do you come to that belief?
Sir, it is historically it is stated that it is composed by only one
Is it
people.
historically stated?
Because at the end of the composition, it was written like Valluvan. So there are many theories behind that. Valluvan may be an occupational term, and also Valluvan may not be the person's name. It may be collection of songs also. But there is no definite conclusion about that, sir. But
I'm asking also your opinion. You are basing your opinion what?
Sir, in my opinion, all those couplets are compiled by one person, sir.
That's what how you are drawing that opinion. From that history.
Because there is a super orderly arrangement of ideas, sir. Because there is an aram, porul, inbam. So even within the this adhigarams, even within the main classification, the adhigarams are very orderly arranged. For example, Tirukkural in Porutpal, he is first saying about education, kalvi. Then he is saying about knowledge, arivu. Because only after getting education, he makes a clear distinction between education and knowledge. And then he is talking about.
So this order is not visible in Sangam literature.
Yes, sir, not visible because
there is a concept called Aham and Puram.
Yes, sir, those are only compiled at later stages.
When so many fellows sing and can be compiled into one order called Aham, why not Tirukkural also compiled by some fellows, sang by many people?
Even classification of Tirukkural is also done at later stage.
So why you think it's not possible?
It may be possible also, sir.
You also are you convincing yourself or you convincing me?
Sorry, sir, I could not.
You are saying some order in Tirukkural.
Yes.
So you are coming to conclusion by one person. I am saying same order is there in Aham. What is the order in Aham? In Sangam literature.
Sir, there is an order in Agam.
What is that?
It is based upon the number of lines written, because Agam is basically based on the subject. Because whatever things, inner feelings, love, passion, they comes under Agam. Whatever the outer
What is the
feelings.
basic difference between Aham and Puram?
Sir, Agam talks about the personal life.
Basic difference. Straight first difference. That's all difference I agree. What's the basic first difference? Which is not there in any part of literature in any world.
Sir, Agam is sung by the Talaivan or the leader himself or herself, but Puram is about a third person.
Is there anything in all literature like sung by without name?
No, sir, because it has a unique idea behind that. Because whenever the individuals.
Okay, now last question. Like you say, EVM cannot be hacked. You want to say like think why is doubt comes to you?
Sir, doubt arises because of the facts that are not being presented properly.
What are the facts?
That EVMs are standalone devices and it is not connected to any
You
network.
mean to say this doubt happens because the election commission has not addressed all the doubts.
So the election commission has addressed, but it is our duty to get this
Why US has
information.
not introduced EVM in their elections?
Sorry, sir.
US, they have not introduced EVM in their election. When US so much advanced technologically, they are not introduced. And what is the purpose of India introducing them?
Sir, in India, we are on.
Technology is so superior than yours.
Sir, India has a unique system. Sir, we have our unique way because it reduces the cost. Here, the elections are happening in different states at different times to reduce the manpower, to reduce the financial resources that are being channelized. These EVMs are being introduced. So it is a kind of different story in India, sir.
Okay. Fine, Mr. Rajkumar, your interview is over. Now, the expectations from the board will be more.
Okay, sir.
Because you are already an officer, that you a group 1 officer in the state. Are you aspiring for only IAS or any other service?
Sir, I have put all the services in my
Putting is different. I mean, I was asking like.
aspiring for IAS.
So
So if you get IRS, you join or not?
that's my question.
I have not yet decided on that, sir.
Because you get compulsory promotion, no? Tamil Nadu?
Yes.
For IAS? After 12 years,
10 years
இல்ல சார் இப்பெல்லாம் ஃபாஸ்டா போயிருக்கு
faster.
Like, your batch will delay ஆகும்.
கொஞ்சம் நாள்
Probably
இருக்கு.
okay, leave that. You're okay.
But future is always future. Nothing
Okay,
can
with respect to your performance overall, it is very good. But you need to have, you are addressing Madam Sir often in your.
That is the state culture, sir. Not into it.
DSP பார்த்தீங்க sir ma.
You probably try to avoid consciously, maybe for civil services.
sit slightly more direct, like lean forward, slightly
Come
forward.
Come forward.
Sit like this.
No.
Sit backward.
Sit backward. Go back and slightly
Body forward.
with the
I'll give you more.
You are attentive. This is like casual. Oh, sollupa. Arindra Mari. Like this is like an aspirant.
Okay.
Yeah.
And eye contact also, you have not made eye contact with the chairman, particularly you should maintain.
முடிக்கும் போதா
That's missing.
Okay.
முடிக்கும் போது
நடுவில் ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் நடுவில் பேசிட்டு இருக்கும்போது கொஞ்சம்
Okay, sir.
So other than that, okay. See, Tamil literature, lot of things to ask. I don't know probability of coming in.
very good.
Questions and all of that. Okay, that's the only question I have asked. Any other feedback from this?
Confidence.
okay. You're fine enough, but then body language is also okay, good. You have a good chance. Okay, but then here I believe that ரொம்ப தமிழ்க்குள்ள போயாச்சு. But you may not have
Yeah, you may have a lot of other
comfortness of
challenges
like
with respect to state.
Okay.
There may be stress interview also. We have just, it is very pleasant.
yeah.
We are not going to.
February 20.
So let's have one more mark.
So starting from
அந்த மார்க் வரும்போது இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டூடெண்ட் கொடுக்கக்கூடாது. come like a mock.
Sure.
பாவம் விட்டாரு.
Hair will go clean shaven. Come like a pro.
That's why I'm asking question last, no? Like, after such his performance would not affect. See, that's a
It may be a full stress interview. Also, maybe trying to screw you more because you're already an officer. Try to.
first interview to
Civil
Third
service.
interview. Third interview.
third UPSC interview.
Yes.
So what is your score before?
Last time also attended as a deputy collector trainee, sir. But last time I got very low, so 150.
150.
150.
And before that?
Before that 160.
160.
Okay.
அப்போ
Pretty well you can-
180 ஆக்கணும்னா என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு யோசிச்சு. ஏன்னா இவன் தான் you would have answered like this only.
Yes.
So then
Last
you have
time
to think.
last time I did good only, sir. But I don't know why.
Next study பண்ணிருக்கீங்க.
Good, sir.
தமிழ் லிட்ரேச்சர்
நல்லா
எப்படி நல்ல மார்க் போடுவாங்களா அப்போலாம் தமிழ் லிட்ரேச்சர்ல?
ஒவ்வொரு டைமும் ஸ்விங் ஆகுது சார். சில சமயம் நல்ல மார்க்ஸ் வருது, சில சமயம் ஒரு குரூப் ஆஃப் பீப்புளுக்கு ரொம்ப ஹையஸ்ட் மார்க்ஸும் ஒரு குரூப் ஆஃப் பீப்புளுக்கு ரொம்ப லோயஸ்ட்.
அப்போ ரெண்டு பேரும் வேல்யூஷன் பண்ணுறாங்க, ஒருத்தங்க குறைச்சலா போடுறாங்கன்னு அர்த்தம்.
இல்லை சார், அதை என்ன கணக்கு வச்சுருக்காங்கன்னு தெரியல சார். ஒரு 50 பேப்பர் இருந்ததுன்னா ஒரு 4 பீப்புளுக்கு வந்து ஹையஸ்ட் மார்க்ஸ் போட்டு மிச்சம் எல்லாரையும் ரொம்ப கம்மி பண்ணிட்டு.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
All the
good chance.
good chance.
Thank you.
Do it well.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
either you are a perfect candidate, but the cost of time. I think maybe we have to work on some of your confidence as well.
See, you have to
Like how you
impress
are
the board.
presenting.
நீங்க நல்ல பதில் கொடுத்தீங்க, but impression wise வந்து அது இன்னும் தெரியல. Okay, so you have to
We'll study that.
Okay.
Because otherwise there is very less mistake on your presentation, skills, knowledge.
But folk singing
very
was
less.
also very
And
good.
your like you're showing like acclaimed your wife is வேலை இருக்கக்கூடாது போலாம் பாட்டு எல்லாம் and you're that. So eye contact, that's only small thing I can say. Otherwise, the time is preventing which will decide. You don't matter at all. You see that like taking a too much government. Cannot act as a government.
உங்களுக்கு வெஜிடேரியன் சொன்னாங்க.
Real life, you are going to a solution, but chicken you cannot condition on that because Tamil Nadu is more of a real life. You are saying it's not real life, it's a real life, sir. But as something, why real life is dominated? You have to go to the psychology of masses. You are going into the person, the actor per se. Okay, that's the thing. Otherwise, you are a perfect candidate. You must get through this time. Keep touch with Rangarajan. Small hospital test be rectified. I think you should be able to do justice. All the best.
Thank you.
You are too wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
ரெண்டு வாட்டி சரி ஓகே.
Bye.